everyone, this is Hannah. Today is April 22nd, 2023, and I have some great news for you. Today has been a very eventful day for us. See this beautiful green moth right here beside me? This is a Luna Moth. I'm so excited. Now, you may be thinking that one of my Polyphemus moth cocoons hatched and turned out to be a Luna Moth, but that's not the case. Let me explain to you how this beautiful Luna Moth got here, and how I found him on this very eventful day. April 22nd was a very exciting day and full of surprises. I found both an eastern tiger swallowtail and a Luna moth. How were these two beautiful insects found? Well, this is what happened. We visited 3 different parks that day. The first park was nice to visit. We got to walk around and enjoy part of the beautiful day at that park. Unfortunately, we were not able to get into the second park because it was very crowded. But that didn't mean the excitement was over. There was another nearby park with a big, beautiful river and a forest. It had been a very long time since last time we went there, so we decided to go there. And that's where all the excitement unfolded. We were walking down the trail to get to the river. I was enjoying looking up at the tall, beautiful trees, and also looking down to find fallen tulip tree flowers. While looking down, I happened to notice something else on the ground. Not a fallen tulip tree flower, but something even better. A spectacular Luna moth. I was so excited to see a Luna moth, and I immediately bent down to pick it up. I became a bit nervous when it didn't seem to be moving, but then it slowly crawled into my hand. The Luna moth that I found was a male Luna moth, easy to tell due to his large, feathery antennas and small abdomen, whereas a female's antennas would not be feathery, and her abdomen would be large. This male Luna moth appeared to be a bit weak. He had lost one of his legs, so he only had 5 legs. And one of those remaining 5 legs was broken, so he had a hard time gripping my finger. But I was just thankful that this moth was alive and I was getting a rare opportunity to hold one. It had been years since I was able to handle a Luna moth. Last time I had one was when I was little. Then I got to see one in a butterfly enclosure, but I didn't get to see them very close up, nor did I get to handle them. I also managed to catch a glimpse of one resting on the bark of a tree while I was in the car. But it was too far away, and we were going somewhere. But this time, I was getting the perfect opportunity to hold one, and I was so excited. Luna moths are not considered to be a rare or endangered species of moth, but they are more likely to be seen around forested areas. The place I caught a Luna moth years ago when I was little had plenty of forest around it. But I haven't seen a Luna moth in our backyard before, because we don't have much forest around us. It is a truly spectacular and beautiful species of North American silk moth. Luna moths are just one of many moths that prove how beautiful and colorful moths can be. Its long tails are perhaps my favorite feature. They are just beautiful all over. We decided to sit and relax by the river for a while. We watched as the swallows flew very low over the surface of the water and took a drink in flight. Then we watched a large group of swifts fly over our heads, round in circles. It was amazing to watch all the birds that were there, and it was a mesmerizing place to be. We put the Luna Moth into a paper bag because we did not have any containers or butterfly enclosures for him. Soon it was time for us to leave the river and go back. As we were walking back, we came across yet another beautiful insect. This time it was an eastern tiger swallowtail. While Luna moths are not a moth that we see every day around here, the eastern tiger swallowtail definitely is a butterfly that we see very often. They are Georgia's state butterfly and are common to see around their favorite nectar plants and also muddy areas such as rivers, swamps, and the edges of ponds. Eastern tiger swallowtails, mostly the males, like to practice a behavior called mud puddling, where multiple swallowtails will gather up in one spot and absorb minerals from the wet sand or mud. Male eastern tiger swallowtails can be distinguished from female eastern tiger swallowtails by size and coloration. Female eastern tiger swallowtails are bigger than male eastern tiger swallowtails. They also often have more blue on their hind wings, while male eastern tiger swallowtails have little to no blue on their hind wings. Females can come in black, while males are always yellow. In this case, it was a male eastern tiger swallowtail, and he was hanging on a small birch tree branch. So we broke off a branch similar to the one that he was hanging on, and moved him to that branch. He remained calm, and we walked back to the car with our Luna Moth and eastern tiger swallowtail. Now, I was excited to have found both a Luna Moth and eastern tiger swallowtail. But what would happen on the way home? Would they be okay? The travel home started off rough for the Luna Moth and eastern tiger swallowtail. At first, the eastern tiger swallowtail remained calm, keeping his wings closed. But then he opened up his wings and started preparing for flight. The Luna Moth became active too, and soon both of them were flapping around at the windows. I did not want these two beautiful insects that I was so happy about to get injured or die, so we had to calm them down somehow. I put the eastern tiger swallowtail into a small container. There was not much room for him to fly around. Thankfully, he calmed down and closed his wings. I put the Luna Moth inside of my butterfly catching net. It was not a butterfly enclosure. It was made for catching butterflies. But thankfully it worked, and the Luna Moth calmed down. When we got home, I was excited to take my big tent out and let the Luna Moth and eastern tiger swallowtail into it so they could flap around without us having to worry about them cracking their wings. Here is the video of the Luna Moth and eastern tiger swallowtail vibrating and warming up for flight. you enjoyed that short video I did of both the Luna Moth and eastern tiger swallowtail warming up for flight. But guess what? The excitement is not over. After I got the eastern tiger swallowtail and Luna Moth taken care of, I was surprised to walk into the garage to check on the cocoons and see that the first Polyphemus moth had already hatched. It was a miniature female Polyphemus moth, maybe because she hatched inside of the jar and should have been in a larger space, but I had no idea they were going to start hatching this early. Even more interestingly, the first cocoon that hatched was not only the first to hatch, but the first one found. This cocoon was found on January 8th in an oak tree at the park 3 months ago, and now it hatches into a beautiful female Polyphemus moth. As seen in the video posted back on January 10th, this cocoon had a small hole cut in it, just so that I could look in and see that it was healthy. And now, here is the same cocoon with the little holes visible. But now, the cocoon is empty. The only thing inside is an empty pupal case, and the adult moth has emerged to be this beautiful female Polyphemus moth. The first Polyphemus moth last year hatched quite a bit later than this Polyphemus moth. It was also a female to hatch first last year, on May 18, 2022. This year a female was also first to hatch, but she hatched much earlier than last year's female Polyphemus moth. I think this maybe could have happened because I moved the cocoons to the garage and was keeping them in the garage for a while. Maybe the warm garage temperature triggered early hatching in the Polyphemus moth cocoons. I also read some information on the internet saying that Polyphemus moth cocoons can start hatching in April, and I have found some cocoons that have hatched out in the wild. So, I don't know. But I'm glad that the first Polyphemus moth hatched successfully, and that she's healthy and beautiful, even though her wingspan isn't as large as it should be. What an exciting day! Visiting a few parks, finding a Luna Moth and an eastern tiger swallowtail, and at the end of the day, the first Polyphemus moth hatching. Before this video comes to an end, I want to show you some close-ups of the beautiful details of this male Luna Moth. Luna Moths are an absolutely spectacular and beautiful species of silk moth. Just like other silk moths, their colors are made to blend them in. The beautiful lime green color of the Luna Moth helps it to blend in very easily with the green leaves of trees that this moth may hang in during the day. Also, many silk moths have eye spots on their hind wings. The Luna Moth has 4 eye spots, 2 on both forewings and 2 on both hind wings. Eye spots in butterflies and moths are made to scare away predators. The eye spots of many species of butterflies or moths are designed to mimic the eyes of a predator that is likely to prey upon this butterfly or moth. The long, twisted tails of the Luna Moth are made to help it escape attacks from bats by confusing them. Here is a closer look at the big, feathery antenna of the male Luna Moth. These beautiful, feather-like antennas are made to detect female Luna Moths by a scent that they release, called pheromones. The Luna Moth is certainly a spectacular treat, and I can't wait for the rest of the Polyphemus moth cocoons to hatch. Let's hope that they hatch successfully soon. I've brought them into the house for care now, and I'm planning on hanging them up and cutting them open soon to see if we have male or female Polyphemus moths inside. 1 out of 7 cocoons have hatched, leaving us with 6 remaining cocoons. For just in case if you're wondering when the 7th one was found, it was found on April 11th while we were leaving a park. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to see some of them emerge and expand their wings. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. More excitement awaits us.